Hi everyone. Hi. It's us. So we have Doughboy, we have Coldray,
Hello,
and we have Adrian.
Hi.
Adrian, why don't you introduce yourself a little?
Hello. My name is Adrian, like QZ said. First, let me say thank you for taking the time to speak with us and talk about Chinese wrestling.
Yes.
I am the promoter, owner, president, booker, you know, anything of Middle Kingdom Wrestling, MKW. It's a Chinese promotion in China, and a wrestling promotion in China, and this is what I've been doing for the last 10 years, trying to build wrestling. And yeah, I'm glad to be here and with good friends and talk about Chinese pro wrestling.
Yeah. So Doughboy, you want to go?
Yeah. So I'm a. Yeah.
He's
so
a little shy.
yeah. So I'm a fan of wrestling. I'm just a huge fan of pro wrestling, and I've also did some. I've interacted. I've done some matches before, and
Like fight?
yeah. I had a match with this guy.
Yeah.
I got beaten up by this guy.
The,
Really
the
bad.
seating arrangement is not very good.
Yeah,
because,
I got beaten up really bad by this guy one time. So, yeah, I'll show you the clip later.
I
Yeah.
didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. You can see the size difference, right? So you know how. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna. Oh. Okay. Coldray, 你要不要跟大家 say 个 hi？
嗨，
各位好，我是韩光 Coldray，我是摔跤手，或者你们可以更喜欢我另一个称号魔都的骄傲。同时，当然我还要再加上一条，就是豆腐 boy， 我曾经击败过豆腐 boy。
OK， 被欺负的人今天来报仇。我跟你说 I told him he can seek revenge. Okay, so wrestling is not a world that I'm very, very deep into. I did watch it when I was a kid. I mean, it's great entertainment. So I have to confess I have notes because I will forget shit. Yes, I will. So,
it's okay.
I'm not like, I don't want to pretend like I know everything, but it's really interesting that you guys are here so I can ask you all these questions. Look. Okay, let's get started. So you came to China like, I imagine more than 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
So I came to China 15 years ago, and I didn't come to China to do wrestling. I came to China the way a lot of Americans come to China initially, and that's teaching English. And I always tell this story, but I was a huge fan of Anthony Bourdain. And
I love him.
And one day I was watching an episode of No Reservations on the Travel Channel. He was in Harbin, and I just thought it was like the most interesting place in the world. Like I just couldn't imagine like how that world exists, like the whole Russian culture along the Chinese border. It's just something you don't really think about very much, and it just infatuated me so much that like 2 months later I decided to move to Harbin, and I've actually been living in Harbin for the last 15 years.
Wow. Yeah. You still live there now?
I still live there.
Oh, he's in town for a visit for us. So, like, what was the deciding factor? Or obviously you love wrestling, mm-hmm. but there must have been like a little trigger.
Sure, there's loads of triggers actually. I think that if I didn't come to China or if I was anywhere else, I probably would had tried to run a wrestling event. In America, I was a wrestling fan, but I wasn't only watching it on television. I would go to local matches.
Okay.
And I just kind of took into the local scene just like someone might take into like a local music scene.
Okay.
And for me, it wasn't just enough to like watch the shows. I would like try to interact with the wrestlers, try to talk to the promoters, and try to kind of ingrain myself in that world, where eventually like I did have like a few promoters, like they knew me. I would go to the shows. Hey, Adrian. They started asking me if I could maybe help out. I volunteered myself to help out. They didn't ask me first.
Free labor is always welcome in all industries.
And I mean, it's just like when I came to China, I was kind of already in like the middle of that, and even though I kind of put on like the whole wrestling thing on hold, it's just something that it's a bug, and it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So it took about 5 years.
Okay.
Where eventually I'm like, let's give this a try.
Okay. Then, Coldray, when did you start?
我是在16年 16年开始进入摔跤行业，然后一开始是当一个裁判，然后呢，就属于边当裁判边训练这么一个状态。然后大概1年之后，我就开始正式登台，进行了我的生涯的第一场比赛，然后断断续续直到现在。
Okay. When did you start liking?
I started liking. I watched wrestling on TV when I was young, so like from like like the late '90s. I think it was like '98, '99. I was really young, but
That's
then,
very specific.
yeah.
The year,
No,
like
Yeah, it was a specific era, like, you know.
Me and him, like we were just discussing that we kind of started watching wrestling on TV at the same time.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, we as wrestling fans, we do say like, oh, I started watching in '98.
Okay.
Right,
It's
and
a
I would say the same thing. I'm
There's a
in '98.
specific era
Yeah.
because there were things going on like different channels where like there's one promotion on this channel, there's another on another channel. So like they're competing.
okay, yeah.
And it was like a war, like about fans, like
Yeah.
you know, I'm
Oh,
watching
yeah.
this company. No, I'm
Yeah,
watching that
yeah.
company. It just
Yeah.
or some people are just switching between both channels.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, I think no, this is none of it. None of it is about politics. This is just the truth. What I'm about to say is like in where we live now, we have a certain amount of, I would say, censorship more than a lot of Western countries. So in a certain censorship like blockage in China, like I imagine, especially when you're doing this behind the scene and stuff, is there something you had to kind of tweak or get used to, something odd or something that you never thought of that you had to? Is there something like that?
Honestly, I've never come across, this is after doing 10 years of wrestling in China, in mainland China, I've never come across anything where somebody's told me specifically, you have to do it this way because this is not accepted. No one's ever said that to me. I believe that, you know, I live in China as an American. I'm a foreigner, and, you know, there is always going to be a little bit of that, you know, outsider relationship with my host country here in China. And I just think you need to have a certain level of cultural context, cultural respect to know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. I wouldn't imagine I go to Japan, I promote a wrestling show, and I do something in Japan that because I'm ignorant of their culture, that could cause problems. So in China, I ask questions. I try to consult with Chinese wrestlers and Chinese partners that I have to know, hey, is this okay, whether it's politically or socially acceptable? I believe that, you know, it's my responsibility as a promoter to not be to be aware of cultural differences
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you know, like we want to highlight the positives of pro wrestling. So, you know, I will always consult with my team, and I think in the last 10 years we've had nothing that like comes across like that. And I imagine that's a very common thing that a lot of people believe, like, oh, you're in China, so you have to do things a certain way. Yeah, absolutely. This is China. People have grown up with their own culture, and you just kind of want to, yes, highlight some special differences, but at the same time within the boundaries of you know, what's considered acceptable.
Yeah, I think that's great. I asked this question because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine because of usually from what I do day to day, we do have some censorship. The most obvious one is obviously nudity. But that's for a woman thing.
So I mean, about nudity, we did get, and I don't think this is necessarily, you know, a call from like
higher ups.
from the higher ups. This is just as we know on WeChat, we have, for some reason, our live streams on WeChat always get flagged for nudity. So, you know,
your problem's not singular, my friend. We
Yeah.
always do that too.
Yeah.
Our video
And
always.
I've noticed like I've noticed the complaints, like, and I know like it's something like girls have to deal with, like it's not even sexual, like it's like they have a
Yeah.
cloud over here, and I'm like, then they take off the cloud, and I'm like, that's not sexual, like why are you putting on the but it's just
it's the
like
cultural
it's an
difference.
AI.
Yeah,
It's also like an AI thing, right?
also, like, this is not censor or anything, but I think in different countries, women are objectified differently. So for example, here is boobage. In the West, it might be a acid. So like it's pretty well known here that the boobage is not something you should flaunt or anything. And so like you said, it's like a systematic thing. If they calculate certain exposures by skin, the system flag it.
Yeah.
So it's not like someone's like, pressing on you.
They do that to our wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they find them to be
not very...
a bit, I don't know. It might,
But it's okay. We'll adapt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep our clothes on. Yeah.
I imagine that would be really hard for him because it would be uncomfortable. 你就是比赛的时候摔跤，如果要穿很多衣服，会不会不舒服？
会啊，因为比赛时你要运动嘛，你要一直做动作，会流很多汗。
对。
所以尽量穿的，一是不要让自己那么热，二是宽松一点。
对，不然我觉得好像就是譬如啊，for example， 就是有点像游泳的人，就是你如果让他穿衣服游，可能会有阻力啊，或者是有很多就不方便。
是。
然后其实你本来要做这件事情，就不应该那样穿，主要是不然的话，甚至我猜想哦，有一些如果你的东西设计的不好，或者不专业的人帮你设计，甚至会令到你受伤，因为扯住你啊或者什么的。
是的，当然还有一个我们要考虑的地方，就是要让自己好看，符合自己的角色。
对，
所以你们有些会穿衣服啊，然后只是看你的造型、你的角色这样。那 for me for example， 我穿长袖衣服啊，打的时候，因为我瘦嘛，我脱就不好看了，所以
OK
对啊
OK，
对啊，所以很看情况的，这个不说一定要脱衣服的。
是。
Yeah. So let's talk about fashion a little bit. I think that's just more fun to make people understand. So as an outsider, I do remember when I was watching wrestling when I was younger, the outfits, especially the girls, but I would say pretty evenly broke down to like the outfits are really articulated, like it's just like, okay, let me try to finish my thought. So every match there's like a different theme going on. Like if someone's going against someone else, like an opponent, there's like a theme for the game. Yeah. And then they would dress accordingly, like certain colors or certain theme, flag or whatever. Can you guys tell me a little bit more, educate me about like when you have to wrestle or when you have to train people putting on a match, like what is the fashion aspect? How much work goes into that?
I feel like a lot of it comes down to like the wrestlers like themselves.
Yeah.
Like what they want to represent.
I know, but like, they have to make the costume.
Oh yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. Like a lot of my friends, like the Hong Kong wrestlers, they all do it in Japan. They have like a specific wrestling outfit tailor that does it. Yeah, and the masks like from Mexico. So a lot of the Hong Kong guys that I know, they go to Mexico to like train and stuff, and then they get their masks done like out there. Yeah, you have to have the specific ones like with the cloth, what do you call it, the textile and stuff.
Yeah,
and like,
the spandex. Is it spandex?
It is. Yeah, however you call it, the tights, the trunks, whatever. Right? Yeah.
那你穿衣服的时候，就是你的衣服在中国做的吗？
对，但是我们要自己做，因为不是说自己动手，是自己找人设计，然后自己去挑材料，然后告诉那个人大概是什么样的。
那你换就是你穿过的东西会继续穿吗？
会啊，因为你的造型是基本是固定的嘛。
OK， 那你多久要就是如果有一个新的比赛，那你要去有一个新的，这个时间会多久啊？要弄衣服啊这些的。
其实这个倒还好，就你自己花点心思，然后总的时间1个月内搞定，然后你一套服装你可以以后一直穿嘛。
So on this topic of fashion, it's interesting because recently we had a match in Tianjin, and there's an up and coming Chinese girl. Her name is Miao Miao Zi.
Hi, shout out to Miao Miao Zi.
And she's been working really hard to try to build herself up as a wrestler, especially in a scene where honestly it's almost non-existent for Chinese female wrestlers. So what I wanted to give her this pretty big opportunity to fight on this show against a wrestler named Xian Xian. And I said, do you want it? And she said, yes, absolutely. And I said, if you want it, you're going to have to get new clothes because you're not wearing wrestling clothes.
Okay.
She's not. Like,
Okay.
she just was like, she kind of looked like, like almost like she was, I said to her, you kind of look like you're just going to the gym. And
Okay.
that's cool. I said, that's nice. But this is wrestling.
Yes.
It's got to be
Theatric.
theatric.
Yes.
And her transformation and what I learned later on, the amount of time, effort, and money that she spent on her outfit, really, well, I'll say this to her. I asked her after the fight, which I thought she did a really great job on the match.
Yay.
And I asked, and the fact that she did that just kind of answers your question about how important that is, because
Yeah.
I would not have given her that opportunity. And after the show, when we discussed payment, I said, how much did you pay for that? And she told me the amount, and I said, okay, I'll pay your clothes.
Okay.
And to me, that's an investment of the look
Yeah.
of her. She can continue to use that so that when she's fighting for other companies, she's not only just being like, oh, a Chinese female wrestler. No, she's a Chinese female professional wrestler, and really looks the part.
Yeah.
衣服是选手的包装，会影响观众对你的第一印象，
对对，
所以很重要。
其实蛮重要。So my other following up question is, when I think about this, like Oscars or the stuff I'm used to, there's a lot of wardrobe malfunctions, and it's always like a scandal because people get dressed, they get paid to wear clothes, and then if it malfunctions, it doesn't look good. But given your profession, you're literally being very active. This is a very it's a sport basically. It's like so the clothes have you had a wardrobe malfunction? 你衣服会出过问题吗？
有啊，就之前不是很专业的时候，我的裤子有点紧，就导致我跳的时候会有点受限。
Okay.
然后后面我就改良一下。
I don't know what those things are called, but he wears on his shoes like what do you call I don't know what do you call those things like they're kind of like stringy things like stringy
Like a tassel?
tassels.
Yeah, okay.
So Coldray wears tassels, and during what you remember your match against the Slam, your tassel. That's a wardrobe malfunction, but yeah,
But nothing harmful.
no,
Okay.
not that I know of. But I think that's really great. Like again, a great example of like, yeah, this is theatrics. You got to wear tassels,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And sometimes like, there is no practical use for tassels in the wrestling match.
You don't know. Sometimes you don't know.
But that makes people, connect more with what they're looking at. And even if sometimes it adds like maybe a little bit of complication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you wrestle him, did you have what was your outfit?
No, no, because like I'm obviously not. I don't look like a wrestler. I mean, I naturally I wear glasses. I'm skinny. Like I don't, you know what I mean. So like I don't want to like exaggerate like a weird character. So I'm like a regular guy that gets bullied by the big guys, right? So that's
Is bully the right word?
Supposedly because that's what my character is. So like before having the match with him, I was fighting like I was telling him just now, Big Sam, which is like a big fat white guy, against me. So it's obvious that I'm like getting beaten up.
Okay.
So I'm a regular guy. So I wear like regular clothes.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Did you have a
pants.
cape?
No, just like that. Like this is how I look. But like long sleeves. I have like knee pads and stuff like inside the jeans. But like
Is cape a popular choice?
before you go out, I feel like sometimes people wear it. Yeah.
Some people wear capes
obviously you can't.
to the ring.
Yeah, you
to the
can't really wrestle with that thing, but it's like we're talking about theatrics, right? So that's like to me that's like very dramatic.
I think the reason if there was a safe way to use a cape in the ring, probably wrestlers would use capes, but definitely have to come off because there might be some accidents with like.
I know that's like it seems like a hazard waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I was wondering to Coldray and all of you actually, what is the actually, because I was writing these answers, I mean questions, because I was like, what should I ask them? The first thing that actually caught my attention, my own attention, I was wanted to ask, what is the most common injury that, you know, wrestlers would have to go, that people would be actually a little surprised? Or like, what's the most common injury? 就最容易受伤的伤是什么？
大部分其实是皮外伤，
OK，
就是你的这个肘部啊，然后膝部啊，或者说经常被胸口啊，会有这个出血、淤血的现象。对对，那个手刀 chop 被手刀的时候，
So a lot of bruises， 就是淤青。
对，还有出血嘛，就是
对我这样
你的皮肤被就是猛烈打击，你会是那个那个毛血孔会渗出来血，对，然后过一会儿就好，那个其实是都 OK 就没问题
但可能看起来很可怕。
对对对，但是再稍微严重一点的，就是你的后脑勺摔到擂台，就或者说这个一些骨头，就是我们说的内伤，那就严重了。
对，因为我就是随着年龄的增长，就想到受伤就觉得很恐怖，因为有些伤它是你一旦伤了，
是你要花时间恢复。对
对对，就好像篮球的人经常会拉到那个 like the basketball people would tore their ACL, like that takes a long time to heal, and you have to go through a lot of physical therapy after that. Like, thank God you guys don't have to do that like as often. I'm pretty sure it happens, but not.
我练习的时候就刚开始去学这东西，练习的时候，然后有人就
body slam you，
我，然后他角度有点歪，然后他也没有给我一个 signal 说我现在要下去了，突然，然后我叠完之后，起不来，然后就歪了一点点，然后就去看铁打那种，你懂吗？就要查药
，Holy shit。
就但过了可能4-5天就没事了。
Okay.
You get like your first body slam for a lot of people is like they get really stiff.
Yeah.
Because their body, I mean everybody's body's not used to it. So like, you know, for a lot of wrestlers, their body gets used to being chopped, gets used to being hit. Not that like it makes it it doesn't make it like 100% like, you know, better, but it, you know, like Doughboy is saying, the first body slam he took, you felt stiff, right? Especially after you felt it for the next day, maybe.
You couldn't like turn your head and stuff.
Yeah, and that's the first. Yeah, it's the neck thing. It's the neck thing. Yeah.
Shit, that sounds so scary.
Yeah. But I was like, yeah, let's do it again. Like I was pretty excited. Yeah.
Did you do it again? Did you get body slam again?
Well, after I recovered, I was like, yo, next week let's go again. Yeah.
You did it again?
I did it again. Yeah.
But did it not stiff up?
No, I told the guy to like do it properly.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I knew how to like break the fall. 这是一个 break the fall 是一个他们肯定对他们很会做的一个事，就是把那个力卸掉。
Okay. 对，当然我觉得那个挺重要的。So I imagine, because before we shoot this episode, I was thinking like where would be a nice location. I just thought like this is just chill, you know. But it gave me an idea to ask you that like there's not a lot of dedicated gyms for wrestlers. Like you can probably rent like a boxing ring, I imagine, but that might be a different size. The stage is different with the springs and stuff. Where do you guys go train?
So over the last 10 years, we've had, I was just speaking from my company personally, is that we've had varying projects of like wrestling dojo projects throughout the years.
Yeah.
And it's just something that unfortunately is difficult to sustain by itself, especially in a city like Shanghai. So, you know, at this moment, you know, if someone says to me, and it happens quite a bit, they say, I want to be a wrestler. Where can I learn to be a wrestler? Well, you know, there's a few other organizations around, like Hong Kong Wrestling.
Yep.
And a few other in Guangdong. And I just say, right now, you know, I'm currently out of the training game. I'm not particularly interested at this moment. That's not to say, you know, we could go back to it. We've been on and off on training for the last 10 years about having our own facilities, and you know, we've made, you know, substantial investments in that throughout the years. But right now, in Shanghai specifically, I can't. Right now, there's nothing in Shanghai, right? No. Yeah. So I mean, if you want to be a pro wrestler, right now, you probably would be best to be in Guangdong province or in Hong Kong. I can't really think right now of any other places where you can train.
I imagine there are. I mean, like Coldray lives here,
Yeah.
but there's other pro wrestler here. But what do you guys do if you need to train?
我训练时其实因为我是很久之前训练的嘛，就那时候在中国还有擂台，
Okay.
然后现在的话，就我平常只能去健身房做一些这个力量训练，还有体能，但是没法找到一个专业的摔跤擂台进行这个日
因为那个擂
常的训练。
台是跟普通的是它，因为它是
对
有
不太一样
其实不弹的，很多人就有这个
哦
误觉，以为它很弹，以为其实很硬，其实很硬。对，
啊
没有那个你以为弹的是我们做出来的效果，
视觉，对。
对。
那你有没有跟就是有没有想，就如果譬如我是一个 pro wrestler，我要跟你 train 的话，我们两个可能要 rehearse 中文是什么？排练一个剧情或者是什么的话，那怎么办？
就是你可以事先说好，就是我们会用哪些招，但是如果你想比较具体的试的话，可能找一个软垫好一点。
在家里就可以是吗？
不是在家里，就是找一个宽阔点的场地，找一个那种海绵垫会好一点，但是跟擂台肯定是不一样的。
在健身
对
健身 OK。
对。
And sometimes the only situation where you can really practice in a ring is a few hours before the show.
OK.
You know, so I mean, if you were asking, right now, maybe Doughboy and Coldray could find some places to go over a match, but the best time to do it is before the show, right?
是，但是我们尽量不会用，就在比赛之前，我们尽量也是不会用太大的这个招式啊什么的，就以防比赛时受伤。
Yeah, of course.
对，就是要痛就在比赛时痛，不要在比赛前面痛，
只痛一次。
对，只痛一次。
So speaking of like theatrics, because when I was watching, I had an ex-boyfriend, that really loved the WWE. Yeah, at that time was E already. He would pay what's it called?
Pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view, yeah, to watch it. And sometimes I would watch it with him because it's like a whole thing, right? And then like the theatric is like, I really didn't think it was gonna be that big, like the aspect of it, the theatric aspect. So given that in Shanghai, from my point of view, like I love music, right? He knows. Doughboy knows. I love music. So when I go out to like a concert here, people are not as hyped. Like people are more like when they woohoo, it's like literally 2 seconds. Woo! That's it. So, given the fans, I watched the match like from TV. I can already pick up from the mics that like how hyped they are, and I can imagine in the U.S. or in the Western countries, the audience are like very just immersed in there. But what is the audience? What's the difference? Do you have to like do more the theatrics to get them going, or it's like they're already pretty hyped?
So it really depends on what kind of audience you have. I think a lot of, I think right now, our fans, I'm talking about MKW fans, they've been trained to react a certain way to different situations. They know how to react for a heel. That's a bad guy. They know how to react for a baby face. That's a good guy. And not only that, but they know like, okay, they know that they're being told a story. And a lot of fans these days, I mean, our fans in particular, they like to join the ride. They like to go along with what's happening in the ring, whether that's the actual wrestling, whether that's a promo, whether that's Coldray saying something bad about people. They know, okay, you know what? I hate you to Coldray. You know what I mean? Like they know what to do. There are instances where we have been in front of audiences who are just simply not familiar with pro wrestling, and they just don't know how to react. And that's I always say it's up to the wrestler themselves, a skilled wrestler, a really professional wrestler, to perform in front of a brand new audience, and at least by the end of the match have them knowing, okay, I know what's going on, and I'm gonna go along with it because this is fun,
Yeah.
and this is giving me kind of an escape, and I think in China, honestly, yeah, sometimes it's a little bit of a challenge, but I think MKW, I'm just speaking in particular, MKW, I think we kind of emphasize take everybody for a ride. That's the most important part.
Yeah, entertainment.
And I feel like for like him, for example, he knows how to make like a new audience like hate him. So like by the end of him talking, everyone's like boo. Like people know how to, but that's like your how to skill like how
Yeah,
to,
he's
how to-
got to do that for his
yeah,
character.
yeah.
你得去引导观众互动，因为有的观众对 wrestling 不是那么熟悉，但你可以去引导他，
Yeah.
慢慢的他就知道了。
因为你们两个算是表演的，因为他会上台，你也会上你的台嘛，就那样。我猜哦，就是可能观众的反应会给你们带来就是更多的，就是我这里说一句哦，就是台下的反应会给他们很多鼓励的，所以还是大家看秀、看比赛，你反应大叫一下，就是真的多叫多喊一下，就是我们要跟外国人拼了。就为什么他们可以这么吼的这么开心，我们就没有？我们我觉得大家心里面会就是不敢叫出来。
对，喊出来其实对自己也更好，有这种释放感。
对，气氛多好啊！现在都2025年了 ，you know，just 豁出去 ，you know。
And a lot of wrestling fans who come to our shows, they might know like these are like I'm just saying like our super fans, the ones who follow us around, and they kind of take it upon as a job. They're like, okay, I know I've been to like every MKW show, just for example, and I know I'm around people who don't really know what wrestling is. So I'm gonna like ham it up a bit, just to make sure that the whole audience knows what's going on. Because here's the thing, a wrestling show with no sound, with no audience, booing or cheering or laughing, it's low energy.
Yeah.
Okay, so wrestling fans. And I do this personally. I do this if I go to watch another wrestling match. If sometimes I'll go and visit other people's wrestling shows, and if I feel, and I'm not criticizing their shows at all. It happens to our shows too. Sometimes the crowd goes a little bit quiet, and when I notice it's getting a little bit quiet, and I'm just there as a fan, I'll just be like, whoa, you know what I mean? I just start cheering, or I start like, you know what I mean? Because I know what the wrestlers are doing. Maybe the audience doesn't, so I'll just kind of. A little bit of a push to the audience, you know what I mean? Just so that everybody can go along with it.
Do you make a lot of noise when you go see shows?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll be like boo or like yeah, Yeah.
带才起哄。
对，我要带一下。
I love the first thing that came out of his mouth was like boo.
Oh no, because like
It's more fun to hate
Yeah.
people.
Boo, yeah. No, because I would say like as I do music, right? As a music performer, you just want them to like you,
Yeah.
which is actually pretty easy. Which is like a easy way of
Yes,
like,
Doughboy is very easy
no.
to love.
No. I would say like it's easy to like express that like oh I'm dedicated to performing the song so like you guys clap for me. But like wrestlers like bad guy wrestlers like him or like some other people, they don't want you to cheer for them. They want you to like boo them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And this is like a very different type of expression.
Okay.
And I would say and it's not natural actually. Right? Like you don't
But
naturally
people love to hate though.
I know. But like it's not natural for you to express like the bad side of you for people to hate you, right?
True.
Yeah.
所以有时候我得更猛烈的攻击观众，就差把骂我2个字直接说出来。
He always makes fun of local people's food.
Oh.
Yeah, like
That would get hate
Yeah.
real easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like you don't fuck with people's food.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you like this.
Good tactic. That's real good. I would get mad.
What do you say about Guangdong food?
我去广东就骂他们肠粉很难吃，我去无锡说他们无锡小笼包
Hell no.
我去无锡我就说他们无锡小笼包完全不如上海小笼包好，应该完全跟上海小笼包替代。
No. Oh my god.
然后这时候观众就会很热烈的骂我。
对的，这个 that was a lot. That was you'll get a lot of hate for that. Yeah. But okay. So you've been doing this for like 10 years coming up. Your baby is in elementary school. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
Congratulations. So from the first day you started till like today, let's say, obviously I presume there's progression, you know, like things are improving and stuff. Was there like ever like a little milestone you're like, oh, this is really happening, we can get this going now?
Well, our first ever event that we did,
Mm-hmm.
I had to beg people to come in for free.
Okay.
And the last event that we had in Beijing, we were super no capacity, sold out.
Ooh, good job, guys.
Yeah. So, there are. I look at everything as a milestone. Honestly, I look at whether just the fact to be able to perform in front of a new crowd. I look at another round of matches to tape. I look at whether that's even like a social media post that does well. I look at this opportunity to be here as a milestone. I really look at everything. And that's kind of like what kind of keeps me going. It's like, okay, here is, this is like this is a victory. Tomorrow, I have a few other things I'm going to do tomorrow. That's a victory.
Okay.
And then the next day, I have other things planned. Next week, I have a few things planned. I'm pretty sure when I'm done, I'll be like, that's a victory. And it's just kind of like looking at every single step. Now, was visiting, meeting with this person necessarily the same victory as like the sold out show in Beijing? No, but still, it just kind of keeps a consistent positive attitude to keep me going, because that's what you need at the end of the day. I mean, this is
like you're like a glass half full person. I love that.
Oh,
I love that. Like, come on, we all need some optimism and positivity.
yeah. I mean, like everything to me, like I just look at it. I've actually never met Doughboy, and I know he's got like a really big audience
Not really,
in
no.
the music scene.
See?
And I think just to be able to like
No,
get
you
with
gotta
them,
stop doing that.
I look at that as like a victory.
Yeah, you gotta stop doing that, because as Chinese, 我们中国人就是很容易就拒绝别人的 compliment， 中文是什么？赞赏。When he's saying something nice, you just say thank you.
Goddamn right.
That's right. Doughboy is.
Just be a heel. Come on.
Yeah.
Just be a heel.
Yeah, man.
If you don't know who he is, you gotta really do you're not living right, basically. But at least like you know who he is. I'm just saying he's the OG. He does a lot for the music scene, and he's like the nicest guy. Like, so if you don't know who he is, so what I'm saying is Adrian's right. He's got a big audience.
So what I mean, and the reason I brought him into it is because I didn't even know he was going to be here. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Yeah. That's another. I was about to say small, huge. Another huge thing. Another huge victory.
Yeah.
That like I just kind of look at everything. Like everything I do is like there's a point to it. And it's kind of like it's like a dopamine. Like,
Yes,
right? Like
yes.
everything I'm like.
Yes.
So like that's how I kind of keep looking at. I feel MKW has a milestone every other day.
That's
what I
so
feel.
great. I love that attitude. 那我问一下 Coldray， 你的名字怎么来的？
擂台名吗？
嗯
我的原名叫韩光晨，我把最后一个字去掉，然后留下韩光2个字，因为这个名字听上去比较尖锐，然后也比较有记忆点。
哦，
寒光 cold like
对，
ray.
寒冷的寒，
哇
对对对。
光
对
这还蛮帅的，
嗯
这蛮帅的。
然后这个名字我还就现在等于是我的艺名，因为我其他时候还是个编剧嘛，我是一个这个短剧编剧，然后我的编剧名也是韩光。现在
那你有 stage name 吗？
No.
You just Doughboy.
I'm just Doughboy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute, that is a.
It is, but like I don't have like a wrestling character.
okay,
okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what you're saying,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what you're
Yeah, but I actually thought of one before. Like I back in when I was training in Hong Kong, like I kind of wanted to have like because I used to have long hair back then, so I wanted to do like a long hair with the face paint type of. But like, nah, like
Just keep that.
yeah.
What
yeah.
was the name you wanted to use?
I haven't figured out yet. I haven't figured out yet because like so they were getting me to like lean towards like doing like a like a face paint type of character with like long curly hair and stuff, right?
Isn't that annoying? Like, cause you're gonna sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that
Yeah.
seems to happen with a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah,
right?
no, but it's a cool look. So like you start off clean and then like gradually you get
If you design it well, that will be a part of it. You know,
Yeah.
wasn't there
So,
a
like,
wrestler with the?
Sting. Or maybe you're talking about Sting.
Like he had a black and white face.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the-
yeah.
yeah, the-
Those
like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
as he's
Yeah.
sweating, like
It's
because he
gra-
had
gra-
like.
At the end of all his
Yeah.
matches, you
Those
can
high.
yeah.
Yeah.
See,
and
I
then-
don't know a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, 你现在的 walkout song 是什么？
Oh,
我吗？
What's your
呃
walkout song
what
right
is
now?
that?
那是一个电影里的插曲，
哦，哪个电影啊？
X 战警第一战，然后它里面有个角色叫万磁王嘛，然后那个出场乐叫 Magneto，就是万磁王出场时伴随他一起出场的。我听了
Isn't that a classical sound?
，Yeah
Do I remember?
Magneto，对
Yeah. 你有
觉得
你有 walkout song 吗？
我换过几次，but actually 我一开始我想参与这个东西的时候 ，right， 我就帮一些香港的 wrestler 做他们的出场音乐，可是我做音乐嘛，我说哟我帮你弹一个，我一开始很想帮他们，其实也香港摔跤那个 logo 那些我设计的，我就帮他们，
哦，
我很
Damn,
想
he
我很想
does
这样，
everything.
那我很想去参与，但我就还没学会打，或者我不敢去打，我就各种可以参与我都就去做。
所以你现在有，如果今天要你比赛，
嗯
你的 walkout song 你已经有了是吗
对啊，就我自己的歌也。
？OK
对
OK
对
OK.
you don't.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, it's just,
You don't
it's
need
just
it,
me.
yeah.
I have songs. I have songs.
So what would be like if, because you probably hear a lot of walkout songs. You guys like, because I think that walkout song it sets the vibe. Like
Definitely.
what we're gonna
Yeah.
do today.
Definitely.
So what is like the most used like genre of
Oh.
music that people walk out to?
I think rock is
Yeah.
by far the most used. If not rock, maybe hip hop, maybe. But I really do enjoy a great entrance.
Yeah.
I really enjoy a great entrance. I really appreciate wrestlers who have a really, really great entrance. And yeah, it's so important. It's just so important to especially to a new audience. Sometimes I'm a little bit worried about the wrestling match, but in my mind I'm like, at least the entrance will be good. You know what I mean? At least the entrance was good. So like yeah, it's quite important.
Like I'm just gonna have to ask you this: are the girls' walkout song a little bit more feminine?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, very much so. I'm just thinking of girls that we've had work with us, and yeah, they're all super feminine. They're all, yeah, they're they're all feminine.
I mean feminine in the best way possible. Don't get me wrong here. I'm just saying if we have
They're
more,
still powerful.
I know.
I'm just joking. I'm not.
I'm just
I'm
saying
not
it
getting
has its own thing
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
so, I just want to maybe encourage more girls to get involved.
Yeah,
I think
please.
it's just because female rage is a thing.
Oh
and
yeah.
we can use it in the ring, girls. Yes, we can. Yeah, and yeah. So I would, because I was watching, Doughboy came in with a shirt. That's a very strong shirt. Is that your hero, wrestling hero?
Kind of, yeah. Definitely one of the bigger wrestlers that one of my top 5, top 3 maybe. Like Stone Cold.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, he's really
Is he
cool.
a redneck?
Yeah.
In a good way or
I mean, is he a redneck in a good way?
like you know how Matthew McConaughey is a redneck, but in a good way?
Yeah. I would say Matthew McConaughey is maybe a little bit more cultured
Yeah. Okay.
than Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I know
But-
he's more. I think he's more down to earth in his own lane.
Yeah.
But, I'm just saying.
But I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin, just to go back to the whole character presentation thing, he's a redneck. So, I mean, what is a redneck? You know what I mean? A redneck is someone who drinks beer. A redneck is somebody who doesn't get along with authority. Goes and for Stone Cold Steve Austin, you're saying, is that a good thing? Well, I think Stone Cold is trying to show. I mean, Steve Austin was trying to show the fun parts of being a redneck.
yes.
Maybe the parts that, I'm not a redneck. I don't. But when you watch him be a redneck, you kind of feel like, hey, I want to be a redneck too. I don't.
Wasn't
Doughboys, you're not a redneck.
Obviously, yeah.
I don't think we can be.
Yeah.
But when you watch him, you kind of want to
Yeah.
like almost like live yourself
Yeah,
through him.
because I was
Yeah,
young.
basically.
I'm a young Asian kid, right? So like this is the direct opposite of what I could possibly be, right?
Yeah.
He's so cool.
And that's so perfect.
And then you imagine like what if I could be
Yeah.
like that, right? And also like that, like that's the era in pop culture, I would say, where it's cool to be the rebel, because sometimes it's cool to be the good guy.
Yeah.
But at that time, with music,
Mm-hmm.
with wrestling, with like even like sports, like you have like the Iversons.
Yeah.
You know, you have Iverson, and then you have like Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
You have like Eminem,
Yeah.
right? You know, like, people used to like Backstreet Boys, but then now all of a sudden you like Marilyn Manson, right? So that was an era for like.
You can like both at the same time.
No, but at the time people were like, nah, I
You
don't
have
like
to choose
NSYNC
it.
anymore. I'm listening to Eminem. So that was the era where it was cool to be like the bad guy, and so he was. So I think Stone Cold was like one of he was the wrestling.
The whole reason he got so popular was because he was beating up his boss. Everybody wants to beat up their boss, right?
Yeah.
Wait. That guy, right? The gray hair guy didn't he get in trouble?
Recently,
Yeah.
I forgot what it was for, like tax stuff or
not
what is it?
tax,
something unmentionable.
Unmentionable, or we'll get kicked off of the platform.
It's okay. No, I don't think it's not interesting. It's not interesting. It's just, so like, cause I love music so much. I would listen to music when I go to bed. Like I need a soundtrack to my sleep time. That's how crazy I am. So I would imagine if I like today lately, my walkout song will have to be like a new metal song. Like I love me some Deftones. Ooh.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
That's a good way to start off the energy.
I know. I just think like that would be such a good song to get people going, because it's, easy to love, and you get it.
I think a lot of people maybe they don't quite realize this is wrestling related, but I do think a lot of people kind of, when they listen to music, they imagine themselves maybe not walking to a ring, but they're like walking into a room. They're like when I walk through this closet, this is my song or whatever.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think a lot of people naturally give themselves like entrance music, kind of like you know what I mean? Like I do think like when you're listening to music with headphones, I do think people are like kind of imagining themselves like,
Yeah,
know what I
you
mean?
have a
like
theme
like
song.
like they're the main character. You know what I mean? Like the main character energy, right? You just walk
Yes.
in and you like whatever's going on in your ear. It's like everybody, like I'm the main one. I'm coming into this room. I open the restaurant door. I come into the restaurant.
Yes.
And yeah.
Yeah. 所以我想问一下 Coldray， 你是什么时候开始决定你要做一个 professional 的 wrestler？
大概是在我大3的时候，
什么事情让你？
那时候因为人也比较年轻，然后对这个未来比较迷茫，然后就
大家听到没有？迷茫是正常的。
对啊，
Yeah.
我现在也很迷茫，
对啊
有时候，
就是没有一个不迷茫的时候吧。
对啊，
好你继续
人生充满未知嘛。然后当时也很喜欢摔跤，然后在重庆，他就是有人办了一个摔跤的这个训练营，然后我就暑假去练了一下。
Did you go?
Yeah, 重庆。
You went to Drunken Boss's show?
No, training
With Drunken Boss?
Who's the Dragon Boss?
The guy who died, the promoter, the boss. He's dead now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't know you went to there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who else was Ho Loon?
No.
No.
Just 高原 trained me.
Ah, okay.
对
Got it.
我当时
I didn't even know that.
对
Well, now you know.
我当时受一个这个也比较知名的选手训练嘛，然后就训练完觉得还蛮好的，虽然训练很辛苦很累，然后也很危险，但是训练完的那种成就，特别是比赛成就让我觉得很开心。然后到了16年打完了作为新手期的第一场比赛之后，就很喜欢那种感觉。
那我想问就是 Okay, I'm gonna switch back to English. So obviously Doughboy gets on stage, Coldray gets on stage, everyone they have their platform and stuff. I imagine Like, cause I'm from Houston, cause I was trained to think like, how Beyonce say when she's on stage, she's a different person. Like she has a persona. Obviously you guys do that too. Cause so as a wrestling and a rapper, like when you guys get on stage, how much of this persona is actually a part of you? Like, do you have a percentage or like,
I would say I think that I'm way cooler when I'm on stage because it's like regularly I don't like you know me right in real life like I don't really
He's
talk.
very chill,
I don't really talk. I don't think that I'm that cool. I'm a nerd in real life, right? No, I'm not. But like seriously, I'm a nerd in
We're
real
all
life.
nerds.
Yeah, but then like on stage, I'm like, yeah, I'm the shit right now. Like I try, but that's in music. But that's what I do in music. So I'm on stage. I'm a little cooler than what I am. But then in wrestling, because I'm like the weak. I'm the smallest guy in whatever wrestling.
He
thing
was
that I'm
playing in wrestling the match,
Yeah.
the spots and the match he had with him.
Yeah.
He was he wasn't trying to be a badass.
Yeah.
As far as I saw.
Yeah.
Like, because I saw the build up video between you guys,
Yeah.
and what I saw is you're trying to portray yourself as like an underdog,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's why you use the word bully a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's almost like you didn't even want to come into the wrestling, but like into a wrestling match, but because he is being so hostile, it kind of puts you in that position.
Yeah.
And you get to overcome it. Like he does overcome the
Yeah.
situation, but like his character was not to be a badass. Maybe Coldray was maybe to be.
Yeah, I'm bad guy.
Yeah, he was the bad guy, and to be a badass who bullies other people. So,
Yeah.
In a way, and I think that's kind of how you felt like real life too, right? You're kind of like, okay, I'm kind of the new guy.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of like even before the match with him, I had like another spot. I was like the halftime performer. I was rapping halfway through. They cut my music, and then Big Sam and Uncle Money they came
I
out.
remember that.
They're like, yo, cut this shit. This sounds like shit. And then they kick me and slap me around. So my character in wrestling is like the little guy that gets pushed around.
Is that part of who you are?
In real life, not really. I mean, I
Okay.
don't. No one really bullies me, but then that's what I'm trying to be in the wrestling world.
Okay.
Seriously, yeah.
那Rick你呢？
我其实我是这样的，我觉得人需要平衡嘛。就我生活中私下其实也是一个比较内向的人。那我在台上就是跟刀锋哥一样，就是反过来。然后就是我自认为私下是一个好人，所以我在台上我会更适合演一个坏人，就把内心那种激情，就人都有一点这个需要发泄的那种途径嘛。这么摔跤就是我这个发泄展示内心另一部分的一个途径。
挺好的，我觉得。那你有没有一个wrestling 的 hero 你很喜欢的
？Stone Cold 是 one of
So
the.
nobody likes The Rock?
I like Rock too.
Like
I like Rock too. John
like
Cena,
nobody
yeah.
likes.
No,
John Cena 还很努力学中文呢。
是
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even, I mean, like he tries hard.
Yeah, he's like
tries hard.
really doing it. It's not like for fun.
Yeah.
他不是有一个片段就说我要吃冰淇淋。
我
要冰淇淋。
我有冰淇淋。
No, being chilling.
John Cena, you got work to do. You got to come to China and live here for a little bit.
Oh, he did live in Anhui for a bit.
How
he lived in
long?
Anhui. So I think in like 2019, he was filming he did a film with Jackie Chan, and he lived in Anhui. The whole production was like 4 months in Anhui.
Oh.
So yeah.
Well, I
He
guess.
did video blogs of him just walking around going to shopping
That's
malls.
Oh,
right,
I
that's
remember that.
right.
Yeah.
That was so cool. He was
Yeah.
he was
He's probably easy to spot, right? I'm not saying
In
anything. I'm
China,
just saying he's very buff.
He's big, yeah.
yeah.
He's tall.
No, I mean I'm sure he stood out.
I also
Anhui.
imagine him being like quite a nice guy. Like
Yeah,
I think
so, yeah.
so. I don't know. You tell me. Somebody, have you met him? Was it good? Just give us some tea. So obviously, I think the eventual another milestone is to take Chinese wrestling on a global scale. I mean, we have to aim at that. Otherwise, what the fuck are we doing? But like I would say when that happens, who would be your dream like opponent that you want to fight
Oh wow, that's a good question. Who would you like to fight?
internationally?
John Cena.
Yeah,
Oh.
okay. There you
I'm
go.
Little Jimmy. you know Little Jimmy.
No, but I can look him up.
John Cena's fans 就是以前有个梗，就比较小的年轻的小朋友喜欢 John Cena，然后就是会有个称号叫 Little Jimmy，
Oh,
然后
Yeah, I
我
mean,
我就是
so
Little
you
Jimmy。
want to fight millions of people?
不
Doesn't he have millions of
Oh.
fans?
我因为我就是 Little Jimmy，我是很就是
Oh, okay. I get
很
it,
年
yeah.
轻的时候就
he
喜欢 John
considers
Cena。
himself a little Jimmy.
So he want to
Yeah.
fight the
Well, he just wants
the
to.
overlord.
He just wants to. But like, so would you fight him as like a bad guy or a good guy? If you're a little Jimmy,
Yeah.
how would you fight him?
Would
Who's
you be the
heel or
bad
face?
guy or?
I can be heel. He's John Cena. Whatever. I can be.
He could be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Come, you're.
Oh yeah, me.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do it. I obviously I'm not the right. I'm old. I'm
It's a wish
in
list.
my-
It's
yeah.
a make believe.
Come
No,
on,
no, but no, but
look at we had what's that guy's name? Jelly Roll and all those
Yeah,
all
yeah.
those guys.
Yeah.
They all get to fight who they want.
I don't know. I actually never thought about it. No, I seriously never thought about it. But then, like, it's cool to see like certain Asian wrestlers making it.
Yes.
Yeah, there
That's
are
very
Asian
important.
wrestlers like
Yeah.
in. Yeah, like I think some of the guys from Hong Kong I actually went for a little bit, and then there's this guy in Singapore right now. Like I think he's doing pretty decent.
Yeah.
Oh, Dante Chan.
Yeah.
Dante Chan.
I think he's doing
yeah,
pretty decent.
yeah.
Yeah, we need Asian faces everywhere.
He's a good-looking guy. He's got a lot of
Yeah.
a potential.
Yeah.
I'm
I
waiting
like
for him to get on TV.
Yeah, he looks like decent. Like as a Singaporean wrestler, like he doesn't look too, because like he's a pretty tall guy.
Yeah. No, he is like he's legit like
He look-
6'3",
He looks like it.
6'3", 6'4". Good-looking
That's very
guy.
tall.
Yeah.
For a I mean, he's a
For a Chinese
he's like
guy.
a Chinese
For
Chinese
anyone
blood
that's very
Singaporean.
tall,
Yeah.
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 I mean, if
We
even
used to give him Coldray, he was I mean for a while in MKW he was like the main villain,
Mhm.
like the main villain.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And we gave him like a bodyguard, So like how tall was Luis?
2米
It was
2 meters?
He was more than No, you're right.
Okay.
He was a legitimate 6'7". Legitimate 6'7". Yeah.
How does he find shoes?
so we just thought like they were already friends anyway. So I'm just
Okay.
like, okay, you guys get along, and I'm
Okay.
like, why don't you be the protector? Like you be the one, like he talks shit, people go up to him, and then
Okay.
the big guy will.
That's a
Yeah.
good
Be
idea.
like, hey, what you doing?
Yeah. So like
Has that
speaking-
ever happened? Like someone want to beat him up off stage?
Have you
No,
ever been? No one's. Yeah. No.
So people understand it's entertainment.
Yeah. In general, in China, we've only had one small incident at a bar in Hunan.
What
in
was that?
Changsha. Yeah, just this guy got really, really upset at Voodoo. You know Voodoo.
Yeah,
right?
Voodoo,
He
yeah.
got really upset at it over
What
something.
what type of joke was Voodoo trying to do that time?
He was just being like Voodoo. He was just just a dick, right?
Okay,
Oh, I know what you're saying.
He's being a dick.
He was a
okay.
red mask guy.
Okay.
Yeah, and they just yeah.
But he always has like a different joke to do.
Yeah.
I
He's-
can't
he's a funny
remember. I
character.
can't remember what his joke was that time, but whatever it was,
It
it
offended some people.
offended somebody. We had a big show in Nepal. So like Nepal, the government in Nepal invited MKW to do like
Okay.
a Belt and Road thing.
Wow.
And Big Sam, Chairman Al, somebody threw a chair, a plastic, like those plastic chairs, like
Yeah.
plastic chairs, right?
Yeah.
Just threw it and threw it at Chairman Al.
Oh.
You threw it at Chairman Al. So yeah, I mean, I would say so far those are the two in MKW, like the two most big things that have happened as far as that. Most people either they already know it's a show,
Mm-hmm.
or two, I think maybe there is like this certain level of respect. I think that they have for wrestlers. Okay?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He's a dick, but he's a wrestler, so I shouldn't I shouldn't touch him because maybe he can hurt
I think
me.
a lot of people forget. They get so emotionally invested. They forget it's entertainment. Like people put on a good show to entertain you, to get you away from your troubles for however long they can, like an hour, 2 hours, or however long the whole thing is. But like guys, they work their asses off to give you entertainment. Don't attack them. Like
Yeah.
hello,
Please.
that's not nice. Like you wouldn't go up to. Who's the biggest one? You wouldn't go up to like
Big Sam.
Yeah.
That would be a
Yeah.
that'd be tough.
pick a fight with a big guy, you know. That's just, or you don't like, for example, as a pop culture reference, you don't see Adele in real life and ask her to sing for you right now, you know, like, as or like be like, your divorce is fucking stupid or something. You would never say that to her. So it's the same, guys. They deserve like appreciation and respect because, you know, it's hard work. Like just like he said, he got body slammed slightly and then he stiff up. That's really dangerous. I can't imagine that right now. I'm scared just thinking about it. Ew. Imagine. I don't want to do that. So, as we were covering all these topics, I was thinking, like, does MKW, do you have any plans to get involved with the creative scene here more, like with the music and the fashion?
Yeah. So most of our events in the last few years, we always partner with some like local musician. So like for example, and what we do is we find a local musician, and then we ask for a partnership, a cooperation where they lend one of their songs to the show, so that the whole theme of the show is around that song. You know, so like in Shanghai. In Shanghai we did Hey Lily, which is like a local group, and then in Beijing we did Pizza Face, and then in Shenzhen we partnered with an American rapper named SJ, and yeah, that is something that we want to continue to do. I think it's really cool because it's like, look, wrestling is whatever you want it to be, whether you want music in it or not. The point is that you can put music in it. I think Doughboy is a really great example of that, you know, and that's why he's involved. One of the reasons why he's involved is because he kind of, I think you can see a little bit of the wrestling, the music scene in wrestling scene, right? Like they kind of can
Definitely, yeah.
merge a little bit,
Yeah.
right? And the fan base.
Definitely. Yeah.
So what we find is that whether it's wrestling whether it's music or art or other ways to kind of bring other aspects, you know, we like to partner up with local artists to like to produce like MKW like wrestling related art, yeah, I mean, I think there's quite a few things off the top of my head that I probably am forgetting, but definitely you're saying art and wrestling, or like music and wrestling, 100%. Like that, you know, we gotta merge all these lanes and kind of relate it all back to wrestling. You know what I mean? Whether it's like political stuff like the Belt and Road, or whether it's music or whatever, everything can just come back to all things go back to wrestling. It's kind of what I look at. Everything goes back to wrestling.
Do you want to produce a full-length album if someone tap you and be like, hey, can you do this for us?
Like for like all the entrance music and stuff. You mean?
For wrestling.
Of course, yeah. Of course, yeah.
Have
I
you?
I think he's waiting for you to.
I think Bitman, does he use your song?
Yeah. So like they're stable, like the Man Family, like I like.
Yeah.
I made
know
the
that.
song for them. Yeah.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
瑞赶紧等会儿
Yeah.
好的
Yeah. I'll definitely do
我
it.
就
Yeah.
是中间每次都是做中间人
可以可以
Yeah, I was also trying to like I was actually just talking about it like I think like last month or something. I was trying to do like a show like in Guangzhou, like with like half music show, half wrestling show, and then have like our own merch and stuff. I was planning, but then like it was a little expensive, so like I kind of
It's a little difficult, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean like. You know, like you have to book, like you would know for sure, like booking the venue, like there's a cost. You know, you set up the ring there, like there's a cost. You know, lighting. You know.
Oh, speaking of the ring,
yeah, and then like hiring wrestlers. And also like the cost was like a little more than I expected. So I was like, let me just.
yeah, it's not.
对
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's
basically,
definitely not easy. And like
Yeah.
and like the ticket sales, like you couldn't sell like expensive tickets, you know, like
True,
you know,
true.
Sure.
it's got to be like a reasonable price,
Yeah.
and then even for like the venues, I would say if you have like the ring in the middle of like the venue,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of space for that much
It
audience.
it cannibalizes the
Yeah.
amount of so for example, as a rapper, you get to fill up the whole venue, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And I've seen the way those venues can look. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Whatever. How many people do you think like those live houses could have? Like just for example, like
Yeah.
Mao Live House, no ring,
Mhm.
just full crowd.
I would say 500 to like 700 maybe. Yeah.
And
yeah.
with the ring there, that ate up half.
对，
Yeah.
擂台很
I
大。
can imagine.
So like, yeah, like that's really tough about wrestling
yeah.
because we don't have the budget to get like a super big venue.
Yeah.
So we got to get these smaller venues,
Yeah.
but our ring is massive.
Yeah. Yeah, where do you install your ring? So like where do you ship? How do you? get
I
the ring?
I have a ring in Harbin,
Okay.
and so yeah, we send it, but we also but I'll also partner up with whoever's closest. For example, in our Shenzhen show, I asked KOPW,
All right.
lend me
Right.
a ring.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And Beijing show, I mean in the Shanghai show, I asked just get the closest ring.
Right. Right. I see.
available.
I see. I see.
但每
Interesting.
次擂台是最麻烦的，因为你要搬运，然后装卸，然后要
对
靠摔跤手去完成。
对。
你要很多场馆它是
不会
比如说在2楼、3楼，
对
哦
对
my
它
God
它有的没有那种大的这个货梯，
对
就人工去把那个
怎么
擂台
搬，
对，你要拿那个钢条、木板一个一块扛上去
我。听到都累了。
但同时间就是没有工人会搬，所以只是
对
演出的摔跤手自己去
对，
抬，
大部分时候是
自己去 set
摔
up
跤手去
Yeah, usually it's the wrestlers and some I'd like to say from my side we do like sometimes we try to alleviate it a bit, but at the end of the day we just don't have the budget to like bring like a dedicated ring crew.
Yeah.
Like that's expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
can
we do
imagine.
have to rely on the wrestlers to put in the efforts to do it. I look forward to a day when I can confidently say we're going to this place for a wrestling show and you guys hang back. I got a ring crew to do it. Unfortunately,
Soon, manifest.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
we're not there yet.
Manifest. Manifest works.
Because I know how everyone feels. I know how everyone.
Yeah.
其实 Adrian 现在每次有就是尽量叫工人，就是帮分担一些，就已经很好了，
对
真的已经很好了。
对。Speaking of rings,
Yeah.
that just occurred to me. I'm gonna ask a very dangerous question.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a ring girl?
So that's interesting because a lot of I get asked that a lot by some of like our sponsors. Like for example, we did this show in go back to the Tianjin show, or we had a show in Shanghai in like Laowaijia a few years ago, and they're just always like they're always asking me like, why aren't there ring girls? And I'm like it's just not really a big thing of pro wrestling to have ring girls.
Yeah.
It's like it's a boxing thing, it's an MMA thing, and also because there aren't rounds. Wrestling, there's no rounds.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Right? Ring girls are for rounds. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like, look, I know people like ring girls. If sometimes I have tried to found ways where I try to make it make sense. But it's not necessarily like a main part of wrestling. And for me, I don't think it's a priority.
I think you should start a new tradition. Get some ring boys in there.
Oh, yeah. We have some handsome.
Get some hot ring boys,
Yeah.
and the girls will flock.
Yeah.
Will come watch. With sweaty man with no clothes on, let's go.
Nice.
Why not? Get some ring boys. That would be a different tactic,
Yeah,
like the
with
reason
bow ties. Yeah.
or whatever he
Yeah.
feels like it. The whole genuine song, the pony song, Like I'm just saying because the reason I asked is because, like I said, I'm a woman, so I know a lot of people objectify women in a certain way, especially like you say in boxing or like rounds, like MMA and stuff. It's just sometimes it's fun to kind of like fuck up a tradition in a different way that I think would be really fun. And
I'm not against it. I mean, like I'm not against it. It's not
I know.
like
Imagine if
it's
you
not
go
like-
to the States to be like, hey, I have this like wrestling ring, and they were like, okay.
ring. Or we could have an all girls show with ring boys. Like all
I think
girl
you should
fighters.
just have ring boys in general.
Oh, okay.
That would be so fun. because it's just like another talking point where you're like a little different, or bring people like whoever is available. You know, like you have like a whole different little league for them.
Yeah.
And they can do their outfits and they can have their own songs. That would be really fun.
There's actually some. There was a promotion called OWE, which really tried to focus on attract. I mean, a lot of their wrestlers. OWE was like probably the biggest like wrestling project in China. I mean, it's unfortunately it's kind of gone to waste now. It's closed, but it was like this short. It was this project where the idea was to focus on female fans. So like the background of the investors were what do you call that group? Shanghai 48. What do you call that?
上海，他们当时搞了一个类似男团的模
What
式
was those girl? What was that girl?
，SHN
like
SPA
something
Yeah. So
yeah.
those guys
Oh, I
made
see.
a wrestling company, but their idea was, let's do what we did with the Shanghai SN 48 thing, or the AKB 48. It's the same people, and they, and they're like, let's focus on like attractive guys.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
In fact, you might like Junjia.
Yeah, Junior.
He comes from there.
Okay,
Yeah,
I can imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think like some attractiveness of whoever
Yeah.
will get people in the door. But as long as you really enjoy the show, like that eventually doesn't matter. The show matters more than the.
No, but I understand what you're saying. Like having a good-looking performer is a big part of it, because this is a visual entertainment, right? So
Doughboy, it's called pretty privilege.
yeah,
It's everywhere. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter what industry you are. If
It
you're
is.
pretty, you
Yeah.
get privilege.
yeah, it is.
You know, it's just the truth.
That's true.
There's a lot of pretty privileged people out there. You should treasure it before you age. Because aging is, you can never tell. Some people age really well, some people don't. I think I'm okay. But okay, I want to play a game with you guys, but this game has a little bit of context. So as I can imagine, doing anything nowadays is really nice to have sponsorship, you know, from brands or angel investor. If something would happen, that would be great.
Hello, angel investor.
Yes. So have you guys worked with any local brands yet?
Have we worked with local brands? My gosh. So I mean, we have had a few people, I mean, companies buy our shows. I think like Capitol Mall, like they sponsored our show a few times. Oh my gosh, there's a luxury bag, like a 心灵相. What do you call that thing? The
Rimowa?
No. What do you call that?
Sam-
That box? What do you call that box? The luggage. There's a luggage case that bought our show. We had a show with a luggage case. They
Okay.
sponsored us. I
So-
can't remember what they're called.
啊，是我知道一个行李箱的赞助
对，
商
行李箱。
in Harbin, right?
What was that one called?
I forget.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. But yeah. I would love to. Oh wait a minute. I don't know what your follow-up question is, but yeah, I mean, like we've had a few. Unfortunately, not enough.
Yeah, of course. I think the fans, you know, the more shows you get sold out, there's more money. The more money they can do better, obviously. I don't think I should lay out the math here. I think everybody know how math is mathing. But the game is, all three of you can think about it. I will go first. As in, like, if you can think of a brand that could sponsor some kind of like product, or that you guys know that would be very helpful and also make sense. So for example, I would assume, you know, not that you guys smell right now or anything, but because, you know, objectively from the viewing point of view, a lot of you guys, when you're in the rain, you sweat a lot. So I was thinking maybe like Old Spice can do one
cologne.
yeah, like you know, have a league, maybe 12 people, everyone has a scent, and then that scent gets sold. It would be really fun, you know, like you can sell it with a customized towel, you know, like a you know, that would be really fun. Or like, let's say Nike would sponsor like a legging of some sort that is just for this, you know, or like something like that. Can you think of something that would be a good match and an item that go with it that's useful for you guys?
So I proposed this to a racetrack recently. I said, why don't we have, because like this racetrack, they have like obviously loads of luxury cars, Porsches, Lamborghinis, and things like that. and each car brand will support a wrestler, right?
Okay.
Will support a wrestler, and we have and then we have where every single match is like a gimmick. So basically, this match is like uses like car parts to like hit each other, or or this match uses or this match is about like it's a speed match. Maybe like I don't know. I was just trying to think of a lot of things involving cars because we did it we did a match at a racetrack in Tianjin, and it was a great show. But I was just thinking, I'm like, why? I said we should involve these cars. There's like Lamborghinis and Porsches everywhere. I'm like, we should like, we
You
gotta,
should make your costume like a Ferrari. You have a Ferrari. Like
yeah, I'm just like, I wish like we could do where we could combine more of the partnership.
OK。
I proposed it to them. Let's see what happened.
Coldray，你觉得有什么品牌或者有什么东西对你来说是很 make sense 的？
我觉得红牛、魔爪这种功能性的饮料比较适合，因为摔跤本来这就是一项这种极限运动嘛，跟这种功能性饮料的品牌的理念也比较符合。
你平时喜欢喝什么？就是因为我觉得嘛，你当然是限量比较好玩嘛。那你红牛或者是 Monster 或者是 Mountain Dew 随便嘛，就这种喝的东西 Gatorade or something，你想让它给你做一个什么样的味道？就你自己的话，用你的 Coldray 和它的话。你平时自己喜欢喝什么味道的东西啊？或者
巧克力味的，然后
Chocolate Red Bull.
maybe not Red Bull. OK. 但是巧克力味的可以任何啊，奶茶甚至是牛奶都可以。
Yeah.
是
Yeah. 我觉得这个还蛮好玩的 ，like go on stage and spill like some chocolate milk 。
对，然后你中间可以植入一下嘛，比如说比赛打到一半，让被打那个选手喝一口，然后喝一口瞬间回满血，
这蛮好玩，因为我觉得，因为在国外看 wrestling 很多是小朋友，所以这些其实植入也很 make sense。因为我记得我的 ex 就是 pay per view 的那个男生，他就是因为他很喜欢吃 Doritos。因为那个时候就是 Doritos sponsor WWE 有一段时间，所以他们看赛的中间大概有2分钟的时间都是 Doritos 的广告，然后他就每一次看之前他会买很多 Doritos 吃。
There was a few years ago. There was a Kendaji Kendaji Lauren. Remember Dolph Ziggler? He dressed up as Kendaji Lauren. Yeah, and they just did something. It was kind of silly.
你觉得呢？
I would say like fashion brands. Oh, I actually just saw like yesterday. Like I think Adidas and Bad Brains had a new like shoe collab, and it's a wrestling shoe. Yeah, like I just saw it like last night. Yeah, so.
See, that makes sense, no?
Yeah. Because like I think the last Adidas and Bad Brains collab, it was like a leather shoe. It was like a bowling shoe or something.
Yeah.
I think it was last year or earlier this year, and then like their latest drop is like a wrestling shoe.
Wow.
And I feel like definitely like fashion brands, like. Because like the outfits are like a big part of it, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, so definitely like a sports brand.
So any designers watching, I know who you are. I know you watch my show.
Yeah. And I know people in Adidas too, so.
Pull up, dude. Pull up.
So.
Yeah. So I think this is a good place to wrap. It was really, really fun to like have you guys. I really enjoyed this talk. I learned quite a bit. I think I'm gonna go watch some matches. Just be entertained. And I always end my show with a high five. So let's go.
Yeah.
No, one at a time.
Well, okay, one.
Yay. Okay, thank you guys for watching.
Thank you. 谢谢。
Go support them. Go support them. Show support. Buy tickets. Buy merch. Everything.
记得支持我们。
对，要支持。
Thank you.
Yay.